Hello, good evening, folks. Welcome to the Spanish capital. We are in Madrid as Movistar Estudiantes getting ready to face SIG Strasbourg in the Basketball Champions League. We're 10 minutes away from the start of this game. And have to say that both of these teams are in the reckoning for a spot in the playoffs. Of course, a long way to go before we get there, but also in Group C, you've got Umana Raja Venezia today taking on Rosa Radom from Poland. Banvit will be in Turkey tomorrow, hosting Ike Athens, and Medi Beirut are at home in Germany tomorrow to face Petrol Olympia. But right now, all of our attention is on Movistar Estudiantes, and to see if this team can continue its relatively strong season since making it through the qualifying round to get here. You can see there they're in 4th place. Banvit are atop the group along with Medi Beirut at 6 and 3. Ike Athens are 3rd, but the same record as Movistar, and also 5th place Umana Raja Venezia. SIG Strasbourg also at 5 and 4 and in 6th place. And maybe you'd have to say slight underachievers so far. This is a team that has a lot of, it has some aspirations, some ambition, and quite rightly, you know, they've got a lot of talent in that team, but Vincent Collet's team hasn't been turning on all cylinders. They have signed Damian Ingles up at the very top, so he has joined Collet's team. They've also got D. Bost, Zach Wright, Atkins, Louis Labarrie, rather. And you've got Omar Cook on the other bench. Omar Cook used to play for Montenegro, of course, big-time player in his earlier days in Spain with Malaga, with Valencia Basket. For Movistar Estudiantes, who are coached by Salva Maldonado, Ludvig Håkansson, the Sweden international, a player that you want to keep an eye on. Sylvan Landesberg as well, Player of the Year candidate. So there's Håkansson. You know, if the season were to end today, Landesberg, you know, probably some people would say that he would deserve MVP recognition. Victor Arteaga is in this team, so Tafa Savane, the veteran Senegalese center. There's Savane and Goran Sutan, power forward. Alexander Chetkovic as well is in this team. So both teams are out on the court, and Salva Maldonado goes over, shakes hands with Coach Collet. And if there's one thing you'd have to say about both these coaches, they are veterans of the highest order. They have been around. There's D. Bost, began the year with Žalgiris, and shaking the hands of Nick Kaner-Medley. Those two guys were teammates, as well as Zach Wright last season with AS Monaco Basket in the Basketball Champions League, the team that ended up finishing 3rd. So always a little bit of intrigue, a little bit of, you know, when you play professional basketball in Europe, the chances are you've run into these guys before somewhere along the line. And that also includes the referees, Manuel Mazzoni, Boris Krejic, amongst the referees for tonight's game. The other referee is Sasha Maricic from Serbia. So we're in the Torrejon de Ardoz, the Pabellon Jorge Garbajosa Arena. So Zach Wright, and there's Coach Collet, and you know, it's a Strasbourg team that made it to the postseason last year. Remember, they had a tough start last season, a lot of tough losses. At the helm at the time was Henrik Detman. The club took the difficult decision to part ways with Coach Detman, who is also the Finland national team coach, and bring back Collet, who had a lot of success there. And they made the playoffs, but then got knocked out at the first hurdle. They failed to clear the first hurdle. So looking back at recent results before the holiday break, Movistar Estudiantes won a thriller. They lost 82-80 at Banvit on game day 6 on November 14th. Then they won on December 6th, 81-80 over Umanarar Venezia here. Then they lost here to Ike Athens, 85-78. And then they won in Poland, 84-77. And for SIG Strasbourg, saw the full head of hair there for Louis Labarrie. Well, I'll get to their recent results here in just a second. Strasbourg are going to be starting with David Logan, Miro Bilan, Zach Wright, Louis Labarrie, and Jeremy Leloup. And Coach Vincent Collet. I mean, they have been involved in a lot of close games. Go back to game day 5 on November 7th. They won at home 80-78 over Ike Athens. Then they won at Rosa Radom 74-63. They'll be starting with, Estudiantes will be starting with Omar Cook, Goran Sutan, Sylvan Landesberg. Well, and Coach Salva Maldonado. SIG Strasbourg then won on December 5th, 87-72 over Banvit. But after that, they lost 78-77 at Petro Olympia, and then finished the first part of the regular season on a low, or at least before the holiday break, losing at home to Medi Beirut 82-77. So they've fallen out of the top 4. And, you know, this game tonight against a fellow 5-4 team tells you there's a sense of urgency for Strasbourg. This is the second time that these teams have met this season. SIG Strasbourg won the first encounter back on October 25th, 77-74. So Omar Cook and his Estudiante teammates give each other hugs. And let's go chance. There's Landesberg. He's already had one game-winning shot at the buzzer this season, Landesberg. Of course, he made a lot of headlines when he used to play for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Louis Labarrie goes up and jumps center against Well, won by Estudiantes to start things off in the light blue. And the shot is good. First basket of the game goes to Goran Sutan. That was Brown that was jumping center for Estudiantes, number 21. And that early shot by Zach Wright is no good. Louis Labrie was there for the tap, but didn't get the fall. And Brown loses it out of bounds. So a good strong move inside to knot it at 2 apiece. Labrie. And Omar Cook now has it over to Brown. Brown hits it on the baseline. And now the ball lost, fumbled into the hands. Brizuela, number 8, has it. Back over to Cook, no look pass. Brown for 3. Landesberg challenges, but the ball goes out of bounds. Off of him and back over to Strasbourg. You can see why Landesberg was arguing. That should have been their game. That was 50-50 probably that went the way of SIG Strasbourg. Brown turns, scores. Three-pointer no good, and the rebound and the miss, but Landesberg is there for the follow. So the ball out of bounds, and Leloup comes out of the game for Strasbourg. And C comes in, the veteran. Labrie right at the top, well short as the shot clock winds down. Landesberg pulls up and hits another one. Now the ball inside, and Zach Wright follows up the miss. Doesn't get it to go. Brizuela has it. Omar Cook now. Sutan ends up getting it back to Landesberg. Brown now for three, another three. 7-point lead, and you wonder if we might have a timeout coming pretty soon for Collet. Beautiful move from Logan. Sutan gets it to Landesberg. Behind the back pass, now Brown over to Cook. Sutan follows up the miss, back to Cook, puts up a three. And sure enough, Collet's seen enough. He wants a timeout. A little flat is the start by Strasbourg. Let's go down to the benches and listen to the coaches.
First rebound, we switch. On n'est pas prêt. Déjà la première action, on n'a pas gêné le tir. Il restait une seconde. It's not offense, it's defense. Il faut se réveiller maintenant, ok? In offense, just keep going. Inside, they suffer. Inside, out. Faites bouger une fois David. Sur pouce, somme. Let's go. Allez, allez, let's go. Sobre todo no nos quedemos quietos con el balón, o dentro o en el pick and roll. Venga, por favor.
So you could hear with the intensity from Coach Collet. Expect to see this team play with a little more fire here coming out of the timeout. DeBost over to C. Amara C. Mira Balan. Labaree. And now the drive, and Landesberg puts it up with the left hand. And the lead is 10 points. Bost with the rebound. His pass almost intercepted. Yes, it is. Brizuela crosses midcourt. Little shifty move, puts it up and in. Boy, he took C to the cleaners that time. Now the turnover back in the hands. And Landesberg picks up the foul. There's only one team in it right now. It's the Estudiantes. They have really come out and turned on the style. Landesberg takes a seat. Omar Cook misses from deep. Bost has it over to Logan. Foul committed. It goes by Cook. I think Cook might be coming out. So fighting through the screen of Mira Balan. Brizuela, what a move that was. Now from the corner, the shot is no good. Mirabalan keeps it alive. And it'll be Strasbourg ball. Savani into the game. Just the rebound. Now Landesberg again. Doesn't hesitate. Uncorks it. This time short. Atkins, who's come into the contest, goes hard, misses, follows up the miss, gets blocked from behind by Savane. Ooh. Kaner Medley picks it up over to Brizuela. Ball to Logan. Logan gets in the lane, and the ball turns over to Brizuela. Brizuela. Kaner Medley. Landesberg flies in, hangs, and draws the foul. So Miro Bilan with the foul. That was the block from behind by Savane. Tickles the twine, Landesberg. And there's no doubt about it, folks. I mean, he's for real, really, for Estudiantes. He is a contender. And you have to say that one of the early season contenders for top player in the competition. Of course, there's a ways to go, but he exits the game. 8 points already for Landesberg. Potato in the game, Savani, Kaner Medley, and Hackinson for Estudiantes. Ingles has come into the game. Damian Ingles, and here he is again. Sure, Mr. Collet is aware of Ingles in French. Knows what he can bring to the table. There he is, putting it up from deep. Not really his shot. Had to put it up with the shot clock winding down. This time Boss gets the long rebound, puts it up and in. Three-pointer. Back to an 11-point game. Hackinson. Thought Hackinson played well for Sweden, certainly in the game against Latvia in the World Cup qualifiers back in November, number 6. But that time his pass is intercepted by Zach Wright. Bounce pass to Boss. And the 1-2 punch of Monaco last season gets an easy one. Gets it back to 9 points. And beautiful pass and basket. The finish is good from Nick Kaner Medley. Pass inside, Labarre for the two-handed flush. He was wide open. Kaner Medley turns, Final seconds ticking off the clock in the first quarter. Boss is fouled. Are they going to give him the three? No, they're going to say before the shot. Good try from Boss, though. So Hackinson gets the foul. 0.7 seconds remaining. That's enough to catch and shoot it. Just enough. And Atkins catches it and gets the shot off, but misses everything. All in all, a good start to the game for Movistar Estudiantes. They have the early lead over SIG Strasbourg here in Madrid.
Against the ball. So we cannot do anything. Quand tu vois Deep jouer là, même si tu le sais pas, t'as pas le droit d'être là.
See this early numbers shooting wise. Much better for Estudiantes.
Il va venir là, tu vas sortir et ainsi de suite. Never close to get through.
Rompemos el timing, ¿vale? En el lado contrario empezamos a estar enganchaditos a los nuestros. ¿Qué hacemos?
No estábamos ni en arriba ni para parar el balón. Estabais cara a cara con los hombres.
Es que es una arriba más claro que el agua, ¿eh?
Pero da igual, vosotros estáis mal colocados. Colocaros bien. Hay que estar ahí con mínimo un pie en la pintura los dos.
So looking at some of the early pictures here from Madrid, and you see a lot more things happening for Estudiantes. They came out focused and ready to play. Execution was there, and also some sublime play from Landesberg. And long jump shot no good here at the start of the second quarter. Savane in the lane, back outside. Uthero! That's his first three-pointer of the game, and the lead is now 12. Atkins pulls up, misses everything. Boss was there, but just didn't have enough time. Boy, this is a SIG Strasbourg team that looks like it's still back home on holiday. Maybe we've had a little bit too much turkey and dressing. They're down 12 points and just a step slow tonight. Savane goes to work on Labaree, hands it off. Oh, beautiful play. Savane hands it off to Kaner Medley. And the lead goes back to 14. They are playing some intelligent basketball tonight. And maybe just a little lack of intensity from Strasbourg is helping this Estu team. Inglis draws the contact and will go to the line for a free throw. So he's a big body, Inglis. Mazzoni explaining something to Hackinson. Hackinson is listening to the explanation, but then he's quite clearly doesn't agree with the call as he kind of shakes his head and smirks. That's something that we see often. It's not that the referees deserve it, but the players usually think everything they do is right. So the free throw is good, and the lead now at 11. Vicedo, another three for Vicedo. Goodness me. Six points for him, and inside the quick answer. Kaner Medley knocked the loop shot off the rim. Inglis, his pass and the timing wasn't quite there with Laverie. Well, Vicedo came into this game having hit 33.3% of his attempts from deep. So basically he's hitting 1 out of every 3 coming into this game. He had hit 12 3-pointers, 12 of 35. Well, excuse me, no, that was, he had hit 7 of 21. So he's hit a couple here early now, Luthen Hackinson. Goodness me, they are really tanning Strasbourg, doubling them up 32-16. And you can see the Collet on the bench opens up both hands as if to say, how many times have I got to tell these guys? Just the execution is not there. They're not in sync. Bounce pass, it goes, and the dunk from Zach Wright, two-handed dunk. Sutan. Fouled by Laverie. Louis Laverie. Well, a little bit of a hand check, not much more than that. Kaner Medley played well. He comes out. You don't see Salva Maldonado giving too many low fives or high fives when his players come off the bench. Jump shot is good. So 16 points now, the advantage. Vicedo with 8 points has come out as hot as a firecracker. Inglis. Oh, boy. Frightening move there. Such size getting to the basket. Points, just 22 years of age. Actually was born in French Guyana. Inglis, 2.06 meters in height. Second round draft pick number 31 in 2014 by the Milwaukee Bucks. So definitely on the radar. Did play with Capo d'Orlando at the start of the season in the Basketball Champions League. Sutan's going to put up a three. Zach Wright gets the long rebound. Logan, little shake and bake. Foul before the shot. And Hackinson picks up his second foul. So he comes out. Looks pretty tired, doesn't he? Labaree right at the line. Back to a 12-point game, and the difference between that one and the one earlier was he was wide open. Might as well just be shooting a free throw. 4 points for him. Cook's pass inside to Brown. Brown loses it, gets it back, and then he's tied up. Shot clock goes off, but the shot is good. So he beats the buzzer. Vithedo has just been the story, hasn't he? The X factor. I don't think anybody saw this coming tonight. Shot is no good. And boy, it's gonna be a difficult night, you feel, for Strasbourg, the way this thing is going. Another three-pointer. This time from Peña. Todos somos estudiantes. We are all estudiantes, it says. And, well, who wouldn't want to be the way they've started tonight? Peña, open three. And look at the fan jumping off her seat. That was Vithedo before, and he's been drilling it. Look at Collet. He's going to. Oh, he's saying you got to guard the three-pointer.
Il faut se réveiller, hein. Sérieusement, hein. Ok, on va changer beaucoup plus de choses tous les quatre. Pas avec Miro, tous les quatre. Much more switches, ok?
6 of 12 from deep for Estu. Looking for more aggression. You can hear it. Looking for his team to pick up the intensity. Estu's made it look it easy tonight. I mean, they've poured in a lot of points already, and we still got some time to go here. You know, 4:18 to go in the first half. They've already got 40 points. I mean, what does that say about SIG Strasbourg's D? Well, they have given up a lot of open threes, but goodness me, 40 points with 4:18 ready to go. They might get to the half-century mark before the break. And now an offensive foul on Logan. And Brown hits another shot. The lead now at its biggest, 20 points. Logan from the corner. Three-pointer is good. And another one is good, a three-pointer. I tell you what, Collet might just have to leave the arena after this one. He is going to be hot. He's just said no more open threes. Sutan joins the party, 45-25 the lead. And now the turnover. And this is just an abject, abysmal display so far by SIG Strasbourg. They need somebody to really spark them. And maybe one of the players to go up and grab all of his teammates by the scruff of the neck and say, come on, guys. 45-25. Peña, the fake. Over to Soutan. Drives. His pass intercepted by Louis Labarrie. 3-on-1 break. Bost goes in for the easy one. Well, nothing will help a team get back in it like turnovers. So sloppy pass, intercepted, and taken the other way for an easy 2. Timeout on the floor by Salva Maldonado.
No ir hacia adentro porque ellos están entrando dentro y nos encontraremos con gente. Es pase y pase, o pase, ¿de acuerdo?
Their show defense is real iffy. Once we get it out, we have the advantage. Either they're triangulated.
So, 4 men, make a screen to release somebody open. Use him to be a passer. Let's go. Use him to be a passer. Let's go.
Hey, Luke down. Hey, Luke down. Hey.
Mano a mano cuando...
Nobody got foul problem, bro. If you don't get it in there, it's body up.
We're back to live action here. 2.5 minutes remaining in the first half. It's been all Estudiantes. And they would like nothing more than to stretch this lead. Here it goes, Soutan. They get an easy one. Labarrie went up for the break. Wasn't even close to getting Soutan, who takes it back to 20. And now the layup takes it up to 22, the largest lead of the game. Miro Balan turns and scores down low. Soutan puts up another 3. Now the drive and the rejection from Soutan. Cook in the open floor to Landesberg. Finishes with the left hand. Logan's 3 attempt rattles out. Landesberg, first 2 points of the second quarter. And Cook's pass that time knocked away by Miro Balan. And this time Landesberg reaches in, knocks it out of Labarrie's hands. Well, Landesberg looked like he got a lot of leather. And that was Landesberg's finish. Wahoo wah from the former UVA player, University of Virginia. Pass up the floor to Brown, and he was fouled by C. Well, that's only the 3rd team foul on Strasbourg. And this just doesn't look like a happy bunch, folks. Strasbourg, they are just kind of out of it. Something's not working clearly. Pump fake no good. Brizuela takes it out to Brown. And now the foul called on Sutan with 24.8 seconds remaining. That's the 4th on Estudiantes in the frame, so no free throws. Or was it number 5? No, it's 4. So will they hold it for one shot? Probably the wise thing to do at this stage. Try to get under 21-point deficit. Long way to go. Don't go anywhere. Some crazy things have happened in the Basketball Champions League this season, including comebacks. And D-Boss just kind of lost it. Hands it over to Brizuela. Brizuela got it off just in time, and boy, he wasn't far off, was he? A lot to like about that if you're an Estudiantes fan. They are cruising 51-30 over SIG Strasbourg at halftime. Strasbourg 11 of 22 inside the arc, but that's about it for them. And 8 turnovers for Strasbourg hasn't helped their cause. We're at the break. A lot of work to do for SIG Strasbourg. We'll be right back. 51-30, Movistar Estudiantes on top of SIG Strasbourg. It's been one-way traffic so far, folks. This Estudiantes team coming out to get what would be a very important victory and inflict a very costly defeat on SIG Strasbourg if this were indeed going to be the result, or the winner and the loser. Both teams fighting for top 4 place in the standings in Group C.
To go out, so he will be perhaps sometime in trouble. We must come and close and make the rotation. Let's go, guys. Allez.
C'est faute faite si perdu 1 contre 1. Allez.
Just a short show. Don't give him a three. Try to stay with it. Short show, come back.
¿Estamos, chicos? Venga,
Go, boys. Chicos. Let's go. Yeah, this.
So SIG Strasbourg looking to overturn a 21-point halftime deficit at Movistar Estudiantes. And Movistar Estudiantes, both of these teams come into this game at 5-4 in Group C. Estudiantes, as well as AEK Athens. AEK are 5-4 in Group C, and they're in 3rd place. Movistar Estudiantes are 5-4. So depending on what they do and what AEK do, you know, Movistar Estudiantes could climb in the standings. And also, don't forget, Medi Beirut are 6-3, and if they were to lose, you know, Movistar Estudiantes could just keep climbing. So, and same with Banvit. So it's a very tight, probably the most interesting group out of all the groups. It is tight. I mean, all the way down to SIG Strasbourg, and depending on what happens with Petro Olympia as well, I mean, they're not completely out of it if they could finish the season strong. Probably you'd have to say Rosa Radom are done and dusted. But Miro Balan starts off with an easy one here at the start of the second half. Omar Cook, guarded by Zach Wright, bounce past Savane and lays it up and misses the layup. So a break. Brizuela was running for that ball like it was off of Estudiantes, and it's a good thing he didn't touch it in the end. Look at this. Savane must think, I've got to make this shot. Landisberg fouled from behind by Zach Wright, trying to get a turnover. Well, you have to do a little bit of gambling, and really defensively is where SIG need to improve more than offensively. I mean, they were just giving away too many easy looks, open looks. The passing game was carving him to bits as well. Here's Brizuela with his penetration. Back outside now. Kaner Medley comes in with the left hand, misses, gets the ball back. Puts it up again. And the pass knocked away from Miro Balan. Three-pointer is good from Sylvan Landisberg. He really is fun to watch, isn't he? Back to a 21-point lead. Logan answers. They should make a movie about him. Call it Logan. Well, maybe they've already taken that name for another one. Anyway, Landisberg fouled by Zach Wright. Strasbourg do have some shooters. I mean, they can put the ball in the basket, but they have got to get stops at this end. Look at this, wide open. He can put together some runs. Savani over to Landesberg. He's their #1 option offensively, without question. Double teamed. Now Savani in the corner. Kaner Medley. Oh, looked like he was forcing that up, but he still got fouled. Oh, didn't see much wrong done by Miro Balan there. When it rains, it pours. Right now, everything is difficult for Strasbourg. Just got to keep fighting, try to get back into it. Landesberg. Excuse me, Kaner Medley makes the first. And the second. Kaner Medley came into this game averaging only 7.6 points per game. Landesberg came in averaging 18.1 points per game. First foul on Kaner Medley. And the dunk from big bad Miro Balan. Savani fouled down low, I think by Leloup, reaching around. Long one, no good. Strasbourg came into this game after winning at home on December 26th over Chalon-Sayon. Elan Chalon. Another team in the Basketball Champions League. Laverie with a tap. Gets it back to 16. And Estudiantes, meanwhile, lost their Week 15 game at Zaragoza, 102-97. Another turnover. Landesberg pass to Kaner Medley, back to Landesberg. Just waits and then goes up. $14 points for Landesberg. Landesberg actually has Israeli nationality, having played for Maccabi Tel Aviv. Actually wonder maybe if he'd get the call to play for Israel at some point. Of course, they use that on their big fella right now, Israel, and the Howell. Good defense from Kaner Medley. Look at him diving for the ball, trying to get it before it goes out of bounds. Bost into the lane. That'll be Estu ball. Viduela dribbles between his legs. Now Cook. Kaner Medley fakes the shot, gets inside, puts it up. Oh, he missed the shot. Great move, just didn't finish. Another one from Viteros, or excuse me, Leloup, misses, and the ball going the other way, but a foul has been called. And now Bost has been hit with a technical. And I think the ref got it right. So Landesberg, first of all, makes the free throws after the foul. And Boss doesn't seem to be complaining. Now, they also called a technical. So I thought they called a technical. So anyway, was it an unsportsmanlike foul that was called? Because no, they're already over the limit. Or are they just saying that there should have been only one, the technical free throw, since it says they're already in the bonus? So I'm not sure Mazzoni is trying to straighten things out. So the question is, okay, so here comes the technical free throw from Kaner Medley. I'm not sure why there's so much discussion. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. 2 free throws. So it's a potential, well, could be a 7-point trip, or sorry, a 6-point trip down the floor. I know they're saying, I think what's happened is they've taken the 2 free throws away, saying he should not have gotten the free throws in the first place. The Strasbourg are over the limit. But it was on the rebound, the clear out. Maybe that's why they're saying they shouldn't get the free throws. Anyway, they've taken the free throws away. Inglis gets it down low, misses. Kaner Medley rebounds it. Brizuela back right with the rebound. Dump to Atkins. Brizuela picks up the foul. So Vicedo comes back in, and here's chance of MVP after the start that he had in this game. Remember, he caught fire. Strasbourg are 5th in the French league at 15-9. Excuse me, they are 5th at 9-6. Played 15 games. There's the miss. A chance for Boston. Strasbourg. Boss went right down, just missed the shot. Boss trying to defend. and called for the foul. Tanner Medley makes the first. And the drive from Atkins, and he is blocked. And Potato misses this three-pointer. Probably going to hit more than he misses on the evidence of the first half. Well, it's a struggle right now, that's for sure. And the second one is no good. Brown for three. Ingles. Cook picks up the personal. Well, not much has really changed since halftime. Strasbourg still struggling, down 20. And struggles continue in all facets of the game for the French team. And the bump. Potato knocked by Leloup. Well, the seasons are long and hard, and you know, it's one of the challenges for players, for coaches, is to be at your best all the time, and you simply aren't going to be at your best. And clearly, this is a Strasbourg team that's just flat. I mean, this is their first game, I think, since coming back from the holiday break. But they certainly haven't played in the French League, in the Basketball Champions League. And Logan's shot stays out. Vitedo back outside to Hawkinson. Pena gets it and gets blocked by Atkins. Ball knocked away. Atkins, up it goes. Pena, I think, called for personal. Yes, he was. Movistar Estudiantes in the Spanish League 6-9. That is 2 wins ahead of Burgos, who are in the bottom 2. So, you know, they've got a lot of work to do to protect their top flight status in Spain. But on tonight's evidence, you know, they look pretty decent. More free throws missed. Now the shot is blocked. Pena gets it back, the Dominican Republic international. Now Hackinson puts up a deep one. Almost bounces in. Sutan had the ball but lost it. Now Inglis. Logan. Sutan feeds down low Brown, and he just scores, turns and scores. Inglis puts it up from 3, wide open. Another three-pointer for Brown. Wow. The route is on. 66-41. I'll tell you, who's going to be the top three-point shooter tonight for Estudiantes? That's a question to ask, because they've had players with multiple threes. Brown now, with that three-pointer, is 2 of 6.
We don't care who is going to score 7, 10. We are minus 25. Stay together, try to help your teammate to make one basket. You cannot even make the free throw. Make it easier. On there, switch. Okay, Alec Brown, pick and pop. Switch every time. Alec Brown, switch every time.
We're switching now, okay? Let's go.
Okay, let's go. Allez.
Vamos detrás. Cuando ellos ponen este bloqueo aquí, yo voy tarde y quiero pasar por arriba. Es un error. Defender más por la parte superior, más por la parte para poder pasar. Estamos llegando al bloqueo este todo el rato.
Well, I was wrong. I thought Brown had already had a 3, but I think he may have just had the 1 now. He put up 4 before that.
There's always somebody over there.
He hit, must have had a foot on the line for another 3. And Vicedo is 3 of 4 from three-point range. Cook, Pena, and Sutan each have 1 three-pointer. Atkins misses at the line. Brown misses. Zach Wright rebounds it. Oh, the alley-oop pass! And suddenly a glimmer of light on an otherwise dark, dark night for Strasbourg. Maybe that will spark them into life. They are trailing by 23 points. Pena goes baseline. And Vicedo's shot is no good. Sees entry pass. Look, so Zach Wright to Atkins. Final seconds ticking off the clock at the end of the third quarter. SIG gets inside, and unfortunately for Strasbourg, doesn't finish well. And Estudiantes stretch their halftime lead even more. They are now in complete command over Strasbourg after 3 quarters. Here's a look back at some of the highlights. That was probably the play of the game for Strasbourg without question. Well, no, probably. That was the play of the game. And Pena kind of loses control of it. Ball goes out of bounds. Bounce pass it goes. And Labarrie is fouled. Labarrie makes the first. And the second is good as well. Hackinson dumps it down low and not able to finish was Arteaga. Haven't seen much of him tonight. Arteaga invited to named in Spain's preliminary squad for the World Cup qualifiers back in November. Well, SIG Strasbourg won the game between these two teams back on game day 3 on October 25th. And in that game, they were all over Estu like white on rice in the first quarter, outscoring them 25-7. And the big difference perhaps in that game, Strasbourg had, well, they had Michael Dixon in the team still. He had 13 points. Miro Balan had 16 points. David Logan 15. Laborie 11. He shot 6 of 13 from deep. And they out-rebounded S2 39-28. Here's Bost for 3. Short. Atkins with the rebound. Rebound. Hawkinson up the floor. And Vitero takes it back outside. Tonight, it's Estudiantes that are winning the rebounding battle. They're edging it, but still a much improved effort. Strasbourg were 4 of 17 right now from three-point range. And in the first game, they were 6 of 13, so much better. Alley-oop pass, and Seed just decides to lay it up and in. Deficit now under 20 points. And it goes to Laborie, and he jams it home, and Maldonado says, come on, guys, let's don't lose our concentration. It's back to 17 points, the deficit. So Maldonado calls the timeout.
Chicos, dediquémonos a jugar ahí a canasta.
Okay, let's just take care of the ball, move the ball, keep playing our play. And let's run back if we lose the fucking ball. That's the one thing.
Maldonado not liking the fact that they give up that easy, uncontested dunk.
20 normal, alguna 24, por favor.
Looked like something came down and hit Maldonado while he was talking. Like somebody threw something. That was his reaction. See the three-pointers tonight. S2 7 of 22, just 3 of 13 for Strasbourg. So, in fact, they were 6 of 13 in the first game. So they had 3 more threes. That'd be 9 more points, and that deficit wouldn't be nearly as bad. And then, of course, if you have stands to reason, if you're rebounding the ball better, you'd have a few more points. They were 13 of 15 at the free throw line in the first game. There's Arteaga laying it up and in. They were 13 of 15 in that game, but in this game, they're 5 of 11. So really in all facets of the game, Strasbourg just not getting it done tonight. C puts up the jumper. And it goes, and another dunk by Arteaga. Easy, big fella. Don't bring the rim down. We got to get home to eat some dinner. 6.5 minutes remaining. Miro Balan to Laborie, over to Bilan. The big bad Croatian sensation, Miro Bilan. but the lead is still 19 points for Estu. And Sutai misses from deep, but a foul called on Strasbourg. I think Peña's going to come out of the game. Kaner Medley and Brizuela are re-entering the contest. So the foul on Wright, holding Peña down. Now the quick pass up to C, 2-on-1 break. Hands it off to Laverie. Good decision by C. Bounce pass again, and this time Arteaga doesn't finish. 17-point deficit. Here's Wright. Oh, shifty move, goes up and in. Now it's a 15-point game, and anything is possible, right? Not so fast. Goal interference. Laverie hustled back to try to get the block. Good look ahead by Estu, and the finish was there by Brizuela. And that was the finish there. And the ruling was that the ball was already inside the cylinder and going down. So makes it again back to a 15-point game with 5:09 remaining. So I mean, this is not done and dusted for Estudiantes. Some full court pressure being employed by the French team. And now Brown loses it as he goes up. He thinks he was fouled, but the referee was right there. Brown saying that he was fouled, but referee's like, no, no foul. We're not going to give it to you. So another timeout. Perhaps a little bit of nerve settling in for Estu, and Strasbourg have the width of a comeback.
Move on a little bit. Pass the ball to the side like this. We can go inside at the end, okay? Aggressivity, angle every time, okay? We must find a good shot, but not fast attack. We must shoot quickly, but good shot. Let's go. Allez.
Interesting. We got to shoot quickly, but we need good shots. I'll tell you, bench points 30 for Estu, 17 for SIG Strasbourg. If Strasbourg were to come back and win this game, it would just be astonishing because they have been distinctly second best for at least 30 minutes. And this time Atkins fouls Cook way out near midcourt. Not sure if that's the aggressivity, the aggression that the coach is looking for. Milan, and there's a good shot for Estu, but they've missed. And you saw Collet waving down his players. Let's get down. Look for him to get something inside here. Atkins, oh, beautiful move from Atkins. Now it's a 13-point deficit. But the basket is good from Brizuela, or from see, look at that replay. I was looking away for a second. Here we go. This was Atkins scoring that last basket to get it back to a 13-point game. And then Brizuela being assisted by Cook at the other end to take it back up to a 15-point game with 4 minutes remaining.
Sensing that will be David wide open, okay? Or layup. Little bit earlier, because Medley was here when he started. Brown, he was doing nothing. Medley stops the ball, okay? Screens, David
23 assists for S2, 15 for SIG.
Like this, he can go further. Both sides. Allez, let's go, allez, keep going, allez.
2-1, no damos faltas. No tienen timeouts ellos, no tienen timeouts.
Volvemos y no le perdemos la cara al partido, por favor, es muy importante.
So Rosaradam were really on top of Emanuele Venezia at halftime, but now their lead just 74-72 in Italy. They're on top of Eris. And turnover, not what the doctor ordered there for SIG as they try to get back into this, but now they almost come up with a steal. So they've got Zach Wright, Logan, D. Bost out there, and Atkins. This is a Strasbourg team that can really speed the game up if they want. And this time they get the turnover. Nope. He was stepping out of bounds. Brizuela went down like he got fouled. Probably showing a little bit more just to try to get the call. Yeah. Great defense. Just didn't come up with it. Just had the foot on the heel, on the line. Here's Cook. Tuthedo open. Rims out. And then Brown knocks it out of bounds. 3 minutes, 39 seconds to go. Zach Wright. Remember, they want to get a good shot, which means usually down in around the basket, and they do get a couple of free throws. Surely they're giving him free throws for that. No, they're not. Underneath the basket. Now Logan's tempted to put up a three, but he remembers what Collet said. Well, takes the short jumper. Good job by Atkins challenging. S2 trying to, aware of that SIG are trying to get those high percentage shots and sealing off the interior. Oh, look at that. Zach Wright reaches in, but then can't quite control it. Hustles, knocks it back into Miro Balan. Jump ball, and it'll be S2 ball. Boy, you feel like SIG Strasbourg deserved better after this. Great play by Wright. Just could not quite pick it up at the first attempt. Brizuela, excuse me. Kaner Medley goes baseline now, out to Cook for three. And Kendra Medley gets the offensive rebound and put back. That's what you call a putback dagger. No doubt about it. You can't give away an easy one like that. Atkins for three. And now the air starts to come out of the balloon once again for SIG Strasbourg. And another easy one inside for Kendra Medley. Just kind of put into finishing touches. He's got 13 points. Now he reaches in and comes up with a steal. And it's more of the bad stuff for SIG that we saw for the first 30 minutes. Collet wants a timeout. Brown for three. Bost has it, and Collet waves off the timeout. Logan for three. 78-62. And what's crucial about this result as well is that, remember, Strasbourg only won by 3 points in the first game. So if this holds up, Estu will not only win the game, but they would win a potential tiebreaker. And a three-pointer is good. They would win a potential tiebreaker against, in a head-to-head, and against Strasbourg. And bearing in mind how tightly, how tight this group is, with so many teams at 5-4, 6-3, 4-5, you can expect tiebreakers to come into play at some point. So up 19, that means they're up plus 16 in that goal differential. And it all means that Movistar Estudiantes have taken care of business tonight. And SIG Strasbourg simply have not. Logan hits a three. Brizuela taps the miss over to Kendra Medley. Kendra Medley pumps, puts it up just at the buzzer. C gets it to Bost. Remember, it's a 16-point deficit and really just not enough time now. Bost puts it up for three. 11.9 seconds remaining, and Estudiantes closing in on their 6th win of the season in the Basketball Champions League in the regular season. Don't forget they came through the qualifying stage. And an attempt to get a basket there right at the end. Have they called a foul? Yes, they have. That was Sola who was trying to score. But this will be the final, or are we going to get some free throws? Strasbourg saying, come on, game is up. I think they're going to put some more time back on the clock. .1 second. So they were not in the bonus yet. So I'm guessing there will be no shot attempt. He'll just catch it, and that'll be it. 81-65. Movistar Estudiantes win over SIG Strasbourg. So chance of Estudiantes.
I'm gonna say man's not hot, y'all gonna say never hot, okay? Man's not hot! Man's not hot! All right. Good job, fellas. Let's go, man. Let's get it on 3. Keep it going.
You think Satafa Savani enjoys this? I think he does. So long looks of, well, from Strasbourg as they walk off the court. Just didn't have it tonight, except for probably a 3-minute spell in the fourth quarter where they got the deficit down to 12 points. But they just kind of lacked in all departments tonight as you look here at the statistics, but also in the intensity, the aggression department. Landsberg 14 points, Logan 14 for Strasbourg, Soutan 10 rebounds, Cook 12 assists. Brown and Kaner Medley. Kaner Medley played well. Helped them kind of, once they got that lead, helped them keep it. So these are the end of game highlights coming to you. And again, did see some good things from Strasbourg at the end that made Estudiantes work just that little bit harder. Arteaga came into the game and really did kind of have his way with things. Laborie made a few shots to help in the comeback, but they dug a mountain for themselves tonight. They just dug a big hole, rather. They couldn't climb all the way back. And I guess Coach Collet will try to erase this game from his players' memory as quickly as possible, because it was not a good performance by his team at all. There's Theodore, who got hot in the first half and then passing it out for his teammate to get one. So that was it for the night, folks. Good night for Estudiantes. They win it convincingly over SIG Strasbourg. Thanks for watching.